All right, hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Shar. Y'all know what time it is. Hit that like button, turn the notification on, and subscribe to the channel because I promise you won't be disappointed. Listen, y'all make it do what it do, what I'll do, what it do. Because ain't nobody sleep with y'all last night. If you aren't following me on any forms of social media, go ahead and follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and X, and even now Patreon at Shar's Reality number 6. If you haven't had a chance to follow my backup page, please do at Shar's Reality Family. Listen, checkmates, this is not a chat for children, so if you're a child, I'm sorry, you got to go. Hello to all my newcomers, flip-floppers, and day ones. What's up and lottie-dottie to everybody. What's up, checkmates? I missed y'all. Let's talk about it. So apparently, Miss Tricia has finally given us some insight of why her and Marquez are no longer an idol. Why aren't they a thing? And listen, y'all, I know we've been real hard on her from the Martell stuff, and we'll get through that. But I'm looking at my brother Marquez with a little side eye now, right? Now, I also know that there's two sides to every story. I'm not oblivious to that. However, I am definitely looking at him with a side eye, okay? And we're going to listen to that. And we're also, we're going to link the link in the bottom of who it comes from so that you guys can be able to go over and listen to that in real time once this is over. But also, as a man, you don't get to walk out when you're just tired, right? And we also have to realize when we need to prioritize something, right? And if you're married with children, you don't get to prioritize another house over top of your own, okay? And especially if your house not in order. And that's why I say, you keep hearing like her say, like, bro, I know you. And it's kind of like, I could be wrong. You guys drop down in the chat, let me know. And it's kind of like giving him warning, like, look, I'm going to sweeten this up a little bit, but if you really keep pressing on me, I'm gonna make it real sour for you. So stop pressing up on me, right? I think that's what she's saying. That's what it feels like she's saying. And if you listen to it, we're gonna listen to it together. But if you listen to it, it's almost as if she's saying that he made a conscious decision. She's talking about a male figure, but I don't think that it's like in the text of a friendship, guys. This seems a little weird, okay? So she's giving us insight on that. And she also talks about Martell setting her up, okay? And how he played the game like, oh, she ugly. Oh, she ain't the best looking girl. But how come when I saw you again and you invited me somewhere else, you was trying to holler again? And then I started being an a-hole to you. So you didn't really diss me. I diss you. Was like, yeah, I got a man. I'm going to bring him here with me. Like I was just dissing you. So stop trying to act like I wasn't interested. You wasn't interested because I basically shunned you, right? I basically pushed you away. You're not that guy, right? She also talks about, she clears up the relationship with Ken and her daughter, and what that looks like. And she also says that it's not like her daughter doesn't like Marquez, but she doesn't know Marquez, right? And I just thought that was like, oh, that hurt my heart, y'all. So we're going to go through it. We're going to take some stops in between. Y'all just bear with me. Hit the like button, turn notification on, and subscribe to the channel, all right? I'll see you in the chat. Let's go. Just before I start, I do want to read our fair use copyright disclaimer. Section 107 of Copyright Act provides the statutory framework for determining whether something is a fair use and identifies certain types of uses such as criticism, comments, new reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Okay, so we're researching over here, all right? We're researching and we're trying to get to the bottom of things, all right? So let's go.
See my baby on there. But I didn't get that side that everybody else is looking at. I didn't see that. Now, in that initial, of course, everybody reach out to me. I've personal trained, I still do, from time to time. People at the house, male or female. And now Ken goes with me, of course. But
now, I didn't like that. If I can be fair, I don't like the fact that, now I understand safety, so I want to make sure I'm not being one-sided. I understand safety and all of that, but if they're both doing fitness, I just feel like it could be intimidating for a woman if women are the target for another man to show up, right? So I don't know if that's just something they're more comfortable with doing, or is it more something of an ego for Ken, right? I don't know, but we'll just have to wait and see, but let's continue to listen.
It wasn't unusual, but I get where I ain't gonna lie to you. I get where she's coming from because now knowing like, yeah, nah,
but even with you guys, with you not acknowledging it at first, and then acknowledging it, and then you guys didn't work out. You said you watched a movie. That kind of sounds like a Netflix and chill date.
Yeah, see, it wasn't. That shit was already playing. That shit was already playing when I got in there. It wasn't no let's turn a movie and watch a movie. Huh?
So he set you up.
Well, see, the crazy thing is, it didn't seem that way in the beginning. And that's why I keep saying over and over again, despite what everybody's saying, that jumper didn't come on to me like that at all. Even with him saying, "Oh, well, she looked different." But I saw him like months later when he invited me to the upscale, and he still was like, "Are you?" He was like, "Are you seeing anyone?" I was like, "Yes," and I'm going to bring him to the upscale magazine thing. So I did. He just didn't. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was being an asshole. I was going through the same situation.
Yeah.
It was like I was understanding. It was like at that moment I didn't know Mel, didn't know of her or know her, but in that female situation, going through what I was going through, it was like that moment. It was that bond. So I'm not gonna lie. I was being an asshole. It was just.
And you can't admit that. I mean, if he asked you even later, "Are you seeing someone?" He was obviously interested in you. Like, I just don't think that Martell is the type of guy that just invites a lot of female friends that he has no interest in to coming over and watch a movie. Like, I didn't
know that.
All right, so let's pause for a minute because for those who didn't get what was going on. So she's talking, how these questions came about is they're asking her how she felt about Melody giving her that look during the episode where they talked about her and Martell's relationship. And she's saying not knowing everything that was going on, but now knowing, I can understand why Mel gave me that look, right? And then she goes on to elaborate about Martell trying to basically act like she wasn't that cute to push up on, but you was trying to get at me again. And she's also talking about when she got to his house to work out, the Netflix movie was already up cracking. So he already had a motive that he was going to get in those drawers, apparently. But I guess it didn't go his way and she didn't give him the kind of energy that he was looking for. So he didn't press up on her like he do every other woman as this womanizer that we know him to be. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's continue on.
I didn't know that because that's why I said it's not unusual to me.
Okay.
For to go, hey, I got a home gym. Can you come here? Of course, it's gonna be extra, but I can come to you. So it wasn't unusual for me to get those kind of requests.
But then once you get there, they're like, "Well, let's watch a movie." I'll be like,
"You see, he didn't say let's watch a movie. That shit was already playing. He didn't say let's watch a movie. We're gonna watch." Yeah, it was already on the TV playing, and then of course he got to talking about
his
family. He missed him. He loved him. He messed up. In my mind, there's a trigger because again, I was going through that same shit. Not the exact same situation, but I was going through a separation. And
so my point is, Martell. I think Martell, really, this is the way I figure it out because we know he has no type of remorse for what he has done for Mel. So I think he thinks his way to get into the woman's good graces is to talk about his past, right? So no way, form, or fashion did I think for a second that he was speaking on him and Mel's divorce at the time so that he can, tell them that he missed her or so that she can feel where he's coming from. I think he was sharing with her how he messed up so that she can gravitate to him. The only difference is she was going through her own so it really triggered her, although their situations wasn't the same, but as a woman she understood, right? So he really turned her off rather than turning her on. So what he thought would have worked normally and probably would have, it wasn't working for her because sis was in her own situation. Does that make sense? All right, let's continue on.
And I mean, honestly I can see why it just didn't go right because I was being an asshole. I said that before. I was being an asshole. Once I heard what the heck happened,
right? You heard his side of the story, and you were. But I think if he said to you, later, like, who are you seeing? There, you had to know at that point, okay, there's some type of interest here for him to ask that, right?
Yeah, that was maybe a year or so after. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That was doing the magazine, his magazine thing.
When he was on the cover of Upstate magazine. Gotcha. Okay, well, let's move on from that. Let me ask you this, because, you know, the show is about marriage, love and marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so let me say this. I absolutely love this interviewer. I love this interviewer because she didn't hold back any punches. She asked exactly the questions that we would have wanted to hear. So I love that, because a lot of times as the interviewer, they're so excited for the interview that they forget to ask the stuff that the people want to hear. We the people trying to find out. We the people want to know. Okay, we was at the altar call earlier with Brother Martell and Tisha, because we had questions for God. But right now, you know, we the people trying to find out, you know, what's really going on. So we the people need you to ask the right questions so that we ain't got to take it back to God at the altar. Okay? So listen, I love this interviewer. Let's continue to listen, okay?
And, you know, we didn't really get a chance to know you before we met. We got introduced to a lot of the drama with you and your ex, Marquez,
Yes.
The situation with Ken. So before we start with Ken, tell us about the situation with Marquez, because
Thank you.
people have really been hard on him, probably hard on the whole situation. But I would just like, it would be great for fans to know, like, what happened before Ken, because it seems like obviously something happened for Marquez to leave, but now he seems so sad. And we know that men do that, become very, you know.
Okay, then let's be clear. A dude know when they messed up, and Marquez he knows he messed up, okay? Now, whether she should be with Ken or not, that's between her and Jesus. It ain't got nothing to do with us, right? However, Marquez keep crying and carrying on because he knows that he messed up. Hell, my kid's dad is the same way, honey. Every time you turn around, he be like, you know, trying to throw his little, you know, his jab. It's over with, right? We 2 marriages down the line. Can you move along and move along swiftly? But at the end of the day, Marquez know that he messed up, right? And Tricia is so used to his tears. Clearly, she has no connection to him at all. And hearing her story now, like, I can understand why she was like, oh God, I'm sick of these tears. I've been here before. Because it's annoying when somebody keep crying but have no desire and really put no effort in changing the behavior. So what we crying for? Because the camera's here for now. I don't want to hear it, right? So I can understand that. Let's go.
Sad after the fact, but what caused the breakdown initially of you guys' marriage before Ken was introduced?
Okay, so I'm going to put this without, you know, putting so much out.
And she's still trying to give him grace.
I think he valued a friendship more than he valued the family.
Now, where they do that at?
It was like, dude, you worry about your friend's house. Let him deal with his house. We have issues in our house.
Right.
There's issues going on in our house. Ken was nowhere to be thought of when Marquez left. And it was just too much. It was just this bond friendship was getting, it was a lot. It was getting to be too much because it was things in the house that was lacking. Now,
this is where I say that Marquez and this person, now this is all allegedly in my perspective only. I ain't saying nothing about the brother, but I'm just saying most dudes wouldn't behave this way over just a friendship. This sounds like a little bit more, or rather she's telling us that it was a guy, but it was a girl. I don't know, but I also don't see her sparing. I don't see her sparing Marquez at this point either, okay? So I don't know why she would be lying to us to spare him, right? Or to save him. I don't think she's in the space to save him. I think she's like, look, you're going to get whatever come your way. So that's why I say the relationship or who it was with just sounds a little weird and fishy to me, okay? No man is going to be this invested into what another man got going on. And when she says next is going to blow your mind, but it really will tie into my thoughts originally, okay? Let's go.
Okay, and he had a friend outside.
Yes, but he was all for it. He was anything he needed. Oh, he leaping. He finna jump off the trampoline. But
that's too much.
It's important to acknowledge it wasn't a woman, because that would make people think that he was having an affair with a woman. So if it was a guy, he was just being. Were you guys young when you got together?
We were.
Okay. How old were you?
When we first started dating, I think I was like 17, 16. He was 17.
Okay, so super young. So he didn't really probably know how to be a husband.
No. A lot of people don't know how to do something. Hell, I didn't know when I got married at 18 how to be a wife, but you know right from wrong, and you know what to do and what not to do, okay? He did make a conscious decision by choosing his friends over his wife and his kids at the time. And for that, he got divorced, okay? Or he got separated, okay? He lost his family. So I don't really agree with the whole he was young. We all young. We always trying to figure it out. Some people make a conscious decision to figure it out in a timely fashion. Other people lose some things along the way before they figure it out. But he knew what he was doing without a shadow of doubt. All right, let's continue on.
But so crazy because when he left, he said he needed to go and find himself.
Say what?
Okay, that's fine. I didn't take him. I didn't ask him for a thing. He needed to go find himself.
Now that's what I'm saying about that bombshell. That bomb. She just threw a whole bomb in the chat, right? Because find yourself. That's weird. Okay? That's why I say that relationship that was mentioned prior to, something missing, y'all. And this kind of lies into what Ken is accusing him of over there on social media, okay? The friend that you two invested in, it sounds like it's more of a connection to me. But I'm just saying, all right? Now, that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that the boy is or he isn't. All I'm saying is the connection to this man, it just seems a little bit too invested to me. I don't know. Y'all let me know if y'all hood that's what happened. But in my hood where I'm from, my brothers will never, okay? My dude will never, all right? My cousins, my uncles, okay? They will never be that invested into a man. That just sounds so weird to me. But let's continue to listen.
We said, okay, we need to get divorced. Let's go find yourself. Because it was a situation where he came in. My son was watching my son's friend, Kiki's son, on TV with football. And my son was like, he wanted to get back in football, whatever. He had just left the friend's house, came back and was like, oh, I'm finna go grab a bottle and go back to the friend's house. And I'm like, dude, what the? So it was a big blowout. And it was like, he was like, we'd already talked about divorce, and he was like, okay, I think we should go ahead and get a divorce. Because I can't, he felt like he couldn't be him, or he needed to go and find himself. He needs to grow up. He missed out on his childhood. I let him. I didn't bother him. I didn't, even when he was in relationships while.
And that's how you know a woman is done, honey. When they say, go ahead, be great, okay? And that sounds like what she did. She said, go ahead, be great, okay? Find Jesus on your way, honey. She said she didn't bother him for anything. And I get that. When you done, you done. It's like that song, When a Woman's Fed Up, it ain't nothing you could do. I sped it up a little bit, but y'all understand. Ain't nothing you could do about it. It's done, okay? And she sounds like she was done. Go be great, okay? I'm going to be okay. All right? So let's continue to listen.
We're in the house. He just stayed upstairs. I mean, I didn't fuss. I didn't try to fight him or anything. I didn't like, hey, these are our kids. We're going to take care of them. I let him go and live a free life. He went and he didn't have to worry about anything. He still really don't. He didn't have to worry about anything in the world but Marquez wake up and go to sleep. It was the timing of the situation, because it was like he already wasn't there during the times that I needed him. So when he left, it was, I don't think it was hurtful, but I felt like if you wasn't there during the toughest times when I need you, you leaving I don't have any more hurt to give. I mean, it's gone. Go and do what you got to do. Go live your life. And I let him do that. Like, he didn't have to, I ain't take him to court. I ain't like, look, I just got to pay, this got to be paid, the kids need this, the kids need that. I let that joke go and live the freest life he wanted to. He didn't have to worry about nothing. He was traveling all over the place, everywhere. I ain't like, oh, well, why you traveling here doing this, and why you ask the kids they want to go? Or how you not have money to do this for this and this for the kids, but you traveling? No, I let him live.
So that must be what Ken was saying when Ken got on live, and he's going off what Tricia obviously told him, or what he saw himself, where they'll see Marquez on the internet, you know, traveling here, going there, going everywhere, and then not contributing to the children back where Tricia is. You know what I mean? So that must have been what he was making reference to, which is trifling. Shame on you. Okay, so let's continue to listen.
Why did you do that? Because the kids still needed help. I mean, you know,
because at this point she was done.
Kids, financial support, emotional support.
No, the kids needed his support. Financial support I didn't need. I didn't need any financial support from him. It was, now they did need him, but that was his job to reach out to them.
Uh-huh.
And I do want to clear this up about Zaria not liking him.
Uh-huh.
The thing is, Zaria was a mama's baby. She was a mama's baby.
Yeah.
And he always had that thing where, oh, well, every time you leave the house, or that's with anybody. I mean, her best friend stayed next door, and she would go over there to spend the night. 2 o'clock in the morning, the mom walking her back to the house. Like, yeah, she's like, I want my mommy. She was just like that. She was like that. But I think when she became out of that mommy shell is when he left. So it's not that she don't like him, she don't know him. And she would tell you that. She don't know him and he don't know her.
How old was she when he left?
And she was around 5 or 6.
Wow.
And she's gonna be 11.
Yeah, and
No.
okay. So let's clear this up, because one of the things that Marquez suggested was that you and Ken were messing around while he was still there, while you guys were still together as a couple.
No.
He said that he would see like little comments on your page.
But, of course, I did that. But that's so crazy. See, everybody want to say that, oh, they were messing around. First of all, Marquez and I we have separated so many times. And during those times, and he was doing...
He had other stuff going on too.
He was doing free people things. Like I said, no one in this world can say they've been between Trisha's legs, except Kid, outside of Marquez. So I'm like, but he was.
Okay, clear the punani.
And that's what so pisses me off, because I did not bash him for it. I didn't bash him. I didn't argue. I didn't try to be spiteful, evil, do anything to him. When he said he needed breaks, I let him break. But it's totally different when Ken and I get into a situation. Now it's all hell broke loose. But I'm like, wait a minute, dude. Wait a minute. Let me not put your business out there, but wait a minute. Let's backtrack before, I'll make shit look ugly. So
you see how she really just changed. I think Tricia can't go from 0 to 100. We've already discovered that. However, she basically telling him, like, stop acting like, it's an issue when we know what kind of dude you are. And I kind of understand that. Like, it's an issue when he do it, but you did this. So stop acting like you just this upright citizen. It ain't that. Okay, so let's continue to listen.
I don't know. I guess it was just like, dude, I don't even care. Say what you want to say. I don't even care.
Makes sense, because you don't seem very affected by his dramatics. You seem like
because I be trying to keep things in. Because I'm telling him once before, shut up before you piss me off. Because when you piss me off, then I'm gonna make you look crazy out here. And then I'm like, just be quiet, because you forgot we grew up together. I know a lot.
Right.
Let's just be quiet and tone it down and not get so emotional before, and that's one thing about me. That's because I do know him. I know he's sensitive. I know he's emotional. So that's why I try not to boost or say things, because I know him. He's gonna break down with the waterworks. First of all, he's gonna come at you crazy, because I know him. He's gonna break down with the waterworks. First of all, he's gonna come at you crazy. Yeah. And then when you come back crazy, then he's going to break down with the waterworks. And I've been programmed for so long with him. When he does it, I just retreat and like, okay, I give in. I'm sorry. Every time.
That's a dysfunctional thing.
And first of all, like, you got to call these dudes out, because sometimes, like, my ex used to do that all the time, always crying and falling all over the place. And it'd be like, bro, stop, okay? And with that being said, don't be trying to act like somebody hurt your feelings. What about my feelings, right? You got to call that thing out. Let them know they hurt your feelings. Now your feelings hurt. You can only feel your pain. Get the hell on out of here with that, okay? So I'm all for her trying to choose peace, but sometimes you got to call that thing out, and the interviewer is going to let her know that no, you got to hold him accountable, sis. Put the belt to the butt. Okay, let's go.
Because he's not being held accountable, but Marcel held him accountable. What did you think of the conversation that you...
Oh my gosh, I loved it. I love that combo because I'm like, dude, somebody said it because when I was trying to say it in so many words, it was just like falling on deaf ears.
When, asking, does your daughter hug him at night? Thank God Ken is there, so there is somebody.
And that's what I don't get either. People trying to make that situation weird.
It is
the dumbest thing ever.
But we listening.
Why he doesn't show Xavier that kind of affection? Yes, he does. When Xavier went to go get his license, he took Xavier. When Xavier failed to get his license the first time, he showed Xavier what was done wrong to correct it for the next time he go and get his license. When Xavier's tire went flat, he showed Xavier the specs on the tire, on how to get a new tire. How to pump air into the tire. When Xavier's brakes was gone on his car, him and Ken they went to get the logistics of the brakes, how to order the brakes, and they put the brakes on together. So he does show affection. It's a different type of affection. When we leave, he tells Xavier, hey, I love you. We're finna go. We're leaving for the weekend. Be safe. You want to drive the Corvette? The key's right here. Just be careful. He does show Xavier affection. It's just a different type.
Now, I'm glad that she did clear that up but it does look strange. I don't take that back. But I'm glad that she, gave us a little bit insight of the things that he do with the male as well as him with the little girl, because it is kind of strange. It is kind of weird, but it's nice to know that he does put in the work also, I guess.
I mean, he really does seem to have come in, and really the entire world can tell that he loves you to death and that he really loves your children. And that's a blessing because, like a lot of women can relate to having children. And not a lot of times do you find a man that really comes in and would do those type of things with your son. So he really is a good guy from what we see, How did you guys' relationship? Because I know it had to be.
Now, I know that you guys can't see the screen, but this is the first time I saw her not uncomfortably agreeing with the fact that Ken is a really great guy, because she usually seems like she's uncomfortable. Like, yeah, okay, for right now. Okay, but right now she's actually genuinely smiling. So I guess that says a lot. Let's go.
It had to be a little uncomfortable. I know things are a lot more unconventional now, but with you still being married to Mark,
clear that thing up.
How did you kind of make peace with
So clear that thing up. You heard her say you still being married, but let's continue.
the fact of you and Ken's relationship moving to this point, even though that paperwork wasn't done, but he's such a stand-up guy. I'm sure most people can understand that. But how did you kind of reconcile that in your head?
Well, I didn't really think about the divorce until we wanted to get married.
Right.
Because in the beginning he was just certain he did not want to be married. I'm not sure what. And I was like, yeah, because what I've been through, I don't either. But I don't know. It just didn't cross my mind. Marquez out of sight, out of mind. I was out of sight, out of mind. We never communicated, which is so weird because we had kids. I keep saying that. We just never communicated. It just wasn't there. Unless he needed something, and which was fine. I mean, I was okay with him asking. Like I said, I wasn't finna be bitter at all.
I don't. Why? Well, I guess maybe because you guys have maybe because you go back with him so far. It seems like you think of Marquez kind of like a cousin or something that you care about.
Wait, not her thinking of her ex-husband or her almost ex-husband as a cousin, girl. Oh, cousin Marquez. Cousin Marquez, child, not the cousin.
Because he wasn't held accountable for him. Like, even with you giving him stuff, with you guys giving him gas money to get to your son's graduation, that's a lot more. My ex-husband, I don't have any hard feelings, but I ain't giving him, I'm not.
I know that's right.
That wasn't my idea. That was Ken's. He was like, that's the kid's father. You can't be like that. You can't have that type of heart. You can't,
Yeah.
I didn't say no, but I did talk to him about it. And he was like, yeah, you can't be that way. I'll give it to him. So it wasn't quite me.
Okay. Like, Ken is a really great guy to put his pride to the side. And then did Marquez really thank him for being there?
That was so weird. He did. This wasn't This wasn't the graduation. This was the $10,000 graduation dinner we had him.
Okay. Oh wow.
That he thanked.
So I guess I missed something somewhere. When the hell did King give Marquez gas money? And why the hell Marquez ain't had no gas money and he over here talking about all these multi-businesses he got going on? Why you ain't got no gas money to get to the graduation, okay? You just love to get folks up to talk about, child, if you was my brother, I would tell you, sit down till you get it together, okay? Why you ain't had no gas money? Why you keep giving this man one up on you, okay? And secondly, you see, she put emphasis on, yeah, that wasn't the graduation. That was the $10,000 graduation party we brought. But let's continue on.
He thanked Ken being there. We was like, wait, what?
He's living in a different world.
He is.
And I let him live in that world. Because I know him.
Yeah. Did you and Marquez ever have like a real adult relationship, or was it more like, because it seems like you kind of are his protector in a way, or were, because even with you saying just now, you said, well, I wouldn't hear from him unless he needed something, and I was okay with that. And you also said you didn't need his money. Some women are like, I don't care how much I make. I could be making $50 million a year. You still gonna pay your child support.
Right.
So what was it that makes you think that you kind of were like, it's okay?
I do get that, but he was already going through stuff. And me, I was like, I'm not gonna knock him while he's already down, because you don't know people's state of mind.
That's right.
You don't know if I'm coming at him, putting stress on, and he's already going through a stressful situation because with his living and job situation. I'm not gonna be like, okay, yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna stop it there. If you guys want to see the whole entire interview, go over to the link that I'm going to link at the bottom of this video, and give your feedback, give it a thumbs up. It was an awesome interview, and it was a lot of information that we did not know, and she just gave us another insight, right? But typical, Martell trying to set somebody up to be in his space and get between the drawers, okay? But she it seems like she shut him down, per her, giving us a little bit more explanation of what happened. He already had his mind up, and now he was trying to diss her of her looks once he found out it wasn't going to go down like that. So you guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section, right? Hit the like button, turn the notification on, and subscribe to the channel, because I promise you won't be disappointed. Listen, checkmates, I love ya, and there's nothing you could do about it, and don't you let nobody tell you nothing different. Until next time, bye.